How many viewers do you usually have on these masterclasses?
It can depend, honestly. It's up in the air because sometimes we've gotten up to like 70,
Oh
but
goddamn!
but that's that's like the max. Most of the time it'll sit around, I would say probably like 25, 28, and
Mm-hmm.
then and
Touching
then
30, yeah.
and then after like 24 hours on Twitch, there'll be like 300 views. So, so being that everybody's not on the same time that we're on, let me try to lower my. There we go. Disobey. What's going on, dude? What's going on? We are getting everything set up as best we can, and
Are you live now?
oh yeah, I'm live.
We are, yeah, we're live, yeah.
All right, wait. I'll quickly post as well.
And
Man, the settings are real this time, huh?
yeah, the settings are so real. Ugh. So, if any, what's up, Juvie? What's up, Disobey? So, any other hot topics you want to cover before we really get started? Off topics, I guess we should say, being that that's kind of our new thing. What's going on, Chrome? How you doing?
Rome
Crizillo.
Colossus. I like
Yeah.
that name.
Chrome followed us last week, I believe, after Sakku's raid.
Ah,
And Crazilla, how you doing? We're getting set up in the background here.
as far as off topic, have you saw the well, I'm using open parentheses here, the leaks for Death Stranding 2 by Norman Reedus, like kind of just letting it go in an interview that it's in production.
Yo, you were right to preface that leaks aspect.
Yeah.
But to answer your question, my eyes went across it, and I was like, oh, and I just went back to doing what I was doing.
Here's my question: have you played Death Stranding?
Spratla, what's going on? No.
No, neither have I. I am intrigued by it.
I
gonna
have played it.
Have you?
Not finished, but it's a wonderful game, like very
Is it, yeah?
underrated. And you might think that the gameplay is not like fun, but it's actually really fun.
So it's
See-
not the walking simulator that people make it out to be, or is that primarily what you're doing?
I would say it has more than that, but it's still beautiful walking simulator.
I'm definitely going to give it a go when this new PS Plus lineup launches, because it's included, so that's when I'm going to give it a shot.
Yeah.
And
I
try
mean,
it.
I'm intrigued by it just because, like, the natural progression. I don't know if y'all watch Girlfriend Reviews, but her breakdown of what the game is and what it becomes is like was the biggest like selling point to me. I mean, Hideo Kojima said it himself, but it's just like seeing someone actually get the point while playing it, and that making them be like, you should play it, but also just understand that there's a point to what people are calling the walking simulator. It becomes a beautiful art piece, if you will. And I was like, huh,
I mean,
okay.
I don't have a problem with it being a walking simulator, because there's a lot of games where it really works, like just where the main thing is just walking through the world and just absorbing it all. Like, I mean, that's the main premise of Journey, is just like, walking through that world and just taking it minute by minute. And I've played that game about 7-8 times. I absolutely love it. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean just because the main thing is walking doesn't mean that that's what makes it a bad, boring game. As long as the world is interesting that you're walking in, then I have no issue with it.
And Death Stranding kind of is like a movie as well. Like the cutscenes have movie quality to it, and like it's like a walking simulator, but it's also like so well, let's say, featured with the music as well. Like there's always this amazing music to it. The landscapes are absolutely incredible. Also, have been very inspiring to me for dreams.
Spicy said in chat, COVID delivery man simulator, which is kind of funny because there's that meme going around where it's like, oh, it's so unrealistic. The world would never blah, 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 blah. And then like COVID happened and someone put up a picture and was just like, oh, so it's outlandish, huh? It's needing delivery people to survive in a culture where you can't see each other. Oh, so
I wonder why
far-fetched.
that sounds so familiar.
But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the countdown on, and trying to think of what else. Oh, have y'all seen? I got in trouble with this with the person on Twitter, but have y'all seen Morbius?
I haven't.
But I've saw your tweets and they've intrigued me to watch it.
I'm just saying, as long as you go in with the right expectations, I have got
the right expectations.
I am by no means saying it is a great film or anything like that, but the way people treated that movie when it came out, as opposed to how people treated Venom and Venom 2, which are terrible.
The reaction that Morbius got was what I expected Venom to get. Like, after I watched it, I was like, why is no one going on about how shit this film is? They've completely destroyed the character. They've ruined Venom. Like, they absolutely ruined him.
See, but that's not a widely shared consensus, which is why it befuddles me. But yeah, that's just something movie wise, because I'm always gonna talk movies. It's like that's just something I'm probably gonna cover when I finally am able to come back full force and start the other podcast. Because
I just hate what they did with Venom. He's such a cool character, and they literally did him injustice. Like, it was like, let's take the character and completely ruin him, and we'll make people like it, and that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, see, Canadian Jedi's not wrong. He says the difference is everyone hates Leto with a passion. I mean, that seems to be the case. I don't care about him one way or the other. Personally, what was it? Somebody wrote, not on my post, but I just saw around the time that Morbius came out, someone wrote that he literally kills himself for every role just to get a 17% Rotten Tomato score. So it is true. People hate him. People do hate him. It's just I don't get it, because I mean, I watch movies, and as I've told y'all before, from where I sit on it, most people who watch movies don't watch movies. They watch what they're told to watch, which is the social phenomenon of the moment, which is why anybody could have any issue with something like Netflix, because yeah, you don't really watch movies. But there's nothing wrong with that. Never mind my tone. It's just, yeah, it's like most people don't watch a lot of movies. They just don't. And he's had some really good movies that nobody talks about because no one's seen them. So anyway, it's kind of like the same thing with what's his name? Robert Pattinson. Yeah, everybody knows about Twilight and sparkly vampires and all that stuff, but that dude has literally spent like the last decade making really, really good movies. It's just nobody ever watched them. So only thing people have to compare him against is Twilight.
Yeah.
And it's like he has a whole catalog that's not Twilight that would have made people a lot more comfortable about him playing Batman. But as I said, when they announced him as Batman, I couldn't wait. I had seen what he had done, what he was capable of. Twilight go hard, though. Twilight does not go hard in any paint. Twilight 1 might be the greatest comedy ever made, but I don't think that's what it was supposed to be. I was dying laughing during that movie. I enjoyed myself, but then they got too serious for me to laugh about it, and then I had to actually judge it on merit and story, and that's where it went down. That's where it went downhill. so fast.
Kira72 in chat makes a great point. Apparently, we're on episode 801, according to the title of on Twitch.
Good. I'll take it.
And also, like, he even was in Harry Potter and Tenet and stuff. And I actually enjoyed him in Tenet while I didn't enjoy the movie that much.
Actually, it's not 801. That's actually the bar. I didn't put a space in between it. So, yeah. But let's go ahead and get started because if not, I'm gonna have us all sitting here looking at the screen talking about movies for the rest of the day. So, you know, that's my thing. That's my thing. Anyway, let's get it started. Thank you for showing up, everybody, especially the newcomers. See you out the intro. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but yeah, you know, this is gonna be a new game for us. Welcome everybody to the 80th episode of the Made in Dreams podcast. We are getting closer and closer to episode 100. That's all I can see now. When we look at that 80,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
like, you know, we're nearly in triple digits. Like, it's insane to think how many episodes we've done, and there's still so much more to do. Like, we're not even close to getting through the roster of people we want to talk to.
It's true, but that always leaves us something to do. But as always, I'm here with Jammy James, the excellence of execution, and today our guest instructor on the Sculpting Masterclass, Sakku's Mind, is making his return. As you can see, his screen and imp, which is why we had to do him streaming as well as us, so that we could capture this for everybody. And there's going to be some live editing. It's going to be some creative stuff going on around here. So, Sakku, how you doing, my guy?
Hey, everybody. I'm glad to be back at this podcast. And also, shout out to my community, the Joy in Dreaming community, Birth Dreaming. Happy to be here, and I hope we will have some fun creating something awesome together.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, I mean, where do you want to start? I want to kick us off right into what it is you would like to show with you and your nice imp going on right there. It's a beauty. It's a beauty. Just wanted to point it out. It's fantastic. But yeah,
you guys got it now.
Oh yeah, we're good. We're good. So I'm going to shrink our cameras to give people more of a screen here, and then like I said, it's going to be some live editing today, guys. It's going to be some live. There. We're gonna do. All right. We're gonna. It's so small. There we go, and we'll have chat up. Chat. Why are you doing this? Okay, there we go. Now we're ready to kick it off with, like I said, this whole thing is so strange right now.
It's like the most confusing setup ever. Like two streams merged into one, but it's working. So let's not upset the gods of Twitch.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I guess, what do you want to go over as far as, I guess, the best tips and tricks, the game as you see it of how one becomes a good sculptor?
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, I started my dreams journey from the day one of the beta and pretty much started sculpting environments with that as well. I found my passion in that. And now I'm just really expanding to like becoming a concept artist, visual development artist and stuff. And that's the way that I want to go for. But the sculpting tips and tricks that I'm using, or like the tips of creating, you can really use for creating any environment, any level, anything in dreams really. And yeah, I hope you learned something new.
Oh, I'm sure I will.
Yep. So where are we gonna start today?
Okay, so usually how I start something is like creating a block out. It's a really nice way to set something up, and that can be done by quite simple shapes and colors. So
So like a
first
grey
thing,
box thing?
yeah, like
Hmm.
usually in other engines you would do a gray box, but in Dreams it's so easy to apply colors and atmosphere and lighting. So I kind of like set up a basic mood at the beginning even, or colors as well.
Okay. That's interesting because I do find that problem like where I'll be sort of putting a scene together and rather than actually thinking of the grand sculpt of things, I just start adding stuff and lighting and effects and stuff just because it's so easy to do it. So yeah, thinking of going back to basics and grey boxing everything's quite a good idea.
Yeah, it is very basic. And I really love in Dreams how you can just very simply block out stuff with simple shapes and stuff. And even apply colors and have a first look like a scene can come to life so quickly, I would say.
I suck at gray boxing because I it's like I know what I want to go for, but the idea of putting down all of the basic shapes before like going through being that I'm just going to have to go back to those shapes to texture, to color, to do all this other stuff. It just, that's kind of like one of the hangups I've had, but it's also because I have people like Sakku who show me what happens when you can take your time, and I don't like doing it. I don't like taking my time. I'm like, I want what's in my brain on the screen right
Yeah.
now, and yeah, yeah. So
I mean, I suppose it works different for everybody, though. I mean, for some people, grey boxing something might be a good way of visualizing it, but for someone like yourself, Will, that's got a very strong imagination and you can literally see what you want. Maybe doing it that way is probably better for you because you can use dreams to that benefit where you can put stuff together so quickly.
well, I mean, I'm trying to change the way I see doing pieces because one of the downfalls of being able to see everything is that it basically it seems daunting to get it all done.
Mm,
So like,
mm,
and also I don't use well, this goes into kind of my question for Saku, but I don't use references for anything. Like
mm.
I kind of refuse, but it's just something that's been with me, and I'm trying to change that. But it's just I've always lived off of that imagination, and it's like I've seen a wall. I know what a wall looks like, but
Mm.
at the same time, it's like reaching that next level is not just being able to say I know what a wall looks like, but being like, how can I make this wall convey its wallness more? And so I guess with Saku, what are like? Do you work from? Uh, I guess from reference images or things like that.
That's a very interesting topic straight away that we've recently talked about as well. For example, you say you have a very vivid imagination. You can maybe see things in your head straight away. And then interesting fact is that I actually do have a kind of aphantasia, which means that I can't see any images in my head.
Hmm.
I
Like
did.
I just
Like
see
nothing
black
is
really.
really you just
It-
can't visualize anything or
It's a bit complicated. It's like I do see slightly something in the corner of my mind somewhere, but I can't see clear pictures really.
that's fascinating.
That is
So
fascinating. I've
yeah,
never
this
heard
is
of
a
that.
really interesting topic in general.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, especially for someone like yourself that, we know like the amazing scenes that you create to hear that you have something like that is really strange. Like, because you're just so good at what you do, you'd naturally assume that you have this really wild, vivid imagination.
yeah, we've talked about this. I think for me it works a bit different. For example, it seems like for me I can always trust my intuition very strongly. Like I just have this idea of how something could work out, and then I try it out, and like in 90% of the cases, it's true that it works out this way that I thought of it. And for us it works a bit different. Like I still know, like I can think about what does grass look like? What does a rock look like? I still know somewhere. I just don't see a clear picture in my mind.
Huh.
Interesting.
So with what you're working on right now, like when you're how do you use reference to sculpt without having the sculpt become a copy of said reference?
I would say it almost comes naturally. Like when I look at a reference and I see some structures, and I don't try to replicate it one by one. I rather try to make a little bit of my own thing and use my own shapes, and then it almost comes like with the flow that I think, okay, this could look cool, and then you just see it in front of your eyes what looks right, what maybe doesn't, and I would say in that way the scene then slowly comes together.
Okay. So it's just basically you're using the reference just in the sense of in place of the imagination as we talked about, but at the same time you do allow your imagination to take what you're grabbing from the reference and stretch it into something of your own.
Well, I would say like design in general is a whole topic that needs to be like studied almost. There's so much that you can learn about design, what looks good, what works and what doesn't, and how to come up with interesting things. I hear a lot of people even say they come into dreams and they don't know what to do or how to execute something. And I think references can really help to give you an idea. For example, when I do level design for our game, The Crystal Guardian, I take references like concept arts and I take specific pieces like that building looks interesting. And then I almost like, I want to say imagine, but for me, it's rather like I think about how I could expand on this. Like if I see like a temple kind of structure that's mossy and stuff, I maybe think about how it's like an overgrown place, how there's trees around, how there's rocks around, and then like that, almost the scene develops for itself, I would say.
Okay. And
So
I
it's like
think go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so it's like an evolution of the concept of like the reference that you're using.
Yeah, I would say so. That's how things work in general. I think barely anything is just made up nowadays. Like it's just using inspiration from other things that are already existing. And that's the same for me now.
Can we just quickly note of how quickly he's already created like a scene? Like this would have taken me about 2 hours to get to this point.
See, let me ask you, as far as your process goes, being that you're using you're using the motion controllers, the moves. Did they or how would you say? Did they give you another level when it comes to like sculpting? Like, was there I'm this good when I'm using the DS4 or the DS5, and then I notice a much bigger jump when I'm, now that I have the move controllers.
Personally, I started my journey with the DS4 for about 1.5 years, I believe. And I was always fascinated about seeing Media Molecule use the moves, especially in their streams, Kareem and stuff like those creation streams. They were really amazing. But it was like I had struggles switching because they actually take some time to get used to. And for me, it was like if I switch now, then I maybe won't be able to create something for like, I don't know, 1 month or something because it really takes time to learn them properly. Probably can be a lot faster, to be honest, but that's why I hesitated switching a lot for a long time. And then it was for me, like when I did that and when I actually went for it, now I would never go back because like the move controllers, it's just like an addition of your hand. It's like you're actually sculpting something in front of you. It's like you're painting something in front of you. And now I only really use the DualShock or the DualSense rather for the tweak menu stuff. So during this process as well, I'm just really figuring a lot of stuff out. Like I'm experimenting what looks right, and I basically make up the world as I go as well. Right now, I'm thinking about like this could be some kind of you also want to think about the storytelling, what this image, what this place means. I'm thinking that kind of an ancient kind of structure here could be like a temple-like structure. I maybe want to let water run down here as well. And then for the composition as well, we have an interesting point here where maybe also the character in the foreground is standing, and then we have another interesting point in the distance, as well as a pathway that leads there. That's what is really nice for art in general, when you have a path to follow. And when thinking about the rule of thirds as well, in terms of the composition, you maybe have something at the foreground here and then another point here. You don't really want to have everything centered.
So let me ask you, and this is less of a question about your process, but more about our interaction here with chat, as well as me. Will we have will we be able to basically hijack your creative control of this of the image you're creating? Will we be able to make suggestions, or is that gonna stop the flow?
We can try that. I actually did that in a recent episode of The Joy of Dreaming, where I went in to fully have the community decide what we will create, and actually a really cool underwater scene turned out of that. But we also used a few community creations and assets for that, because when they say like make a ship in the background, like that obviously takes a bit of time to do. So
we're not going to use assets, because we can't have someone as talented as you on here for a masterclass and then go to the Dreamiverse. So we're just going to have to go with what we can get done. But I'm gonna tell you, I have some ideas for that hill, but I'll leave it there for now.
All right. We can leave some space for other kind of stuff, and I will just go with this basic idea now, and then you guys can maybe bring in suggestions. I just imagine that we would have a really nice sky and clouds in the background, also showing you how you can set that up. The atmosphere part.
Well, I hope that the PSVR 2 and the controllers that come with it are more conducive to me, because I could never get my moves to work, to the point where it frustrated me. I don't even try anymore. But I am very interested in the freedom and flow that I've seen others get with the motion controls.
Yeah, it definitely seems the most naturalist way to do it, like to physically do it with your hands. It just seems the most natural way I can think of doing what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like for me, it's just like the moves with Dreams is like the best artistic tool ever, because you really have everything in once. You can, like, you probably have seen some of my recent work where I really made it look like a painting. That's the kind of style that I'm trying out a lot right now. And like usually you would like go in Blender, make a block out, and then you would overpaint in Photoshop for concept art. But now in Dreams, you can do everything at once, and that's so fascinating to me. It makes me want to like almost revolutionize concept art in this way with Dreams, so the industry also knows that this is a thing. Like you can use this to create concept art that's actually serious as well.
I wonder if it's an idea that the industry, like, because the industry doesn't care what you use. Like, as far as concept art goes, they just care that the concept art gets done. So it would be interesting to see, like, or I think it's not going to be as hard as some people may think when they speak about turning Dreams into something that they can use for financial, gain, living off their art. I think people have this notion that it has to be like Photoshop or, or Maya to be able to do, like, to get certain things, but it's like it doesn't have to be that yet.
Not at all.
And so I mean, going the concept art route, there's a few of y'all out in the community who should probably go ahead and try throwing your hat in the ring in the industry, because the quality that you're able to create, like Sakku, it's the most trouble I can imagine you having, honestly, is just needing to pick the right pieces for a portfolio. Like other
Pretty
than
much. I mean,
other than that, you already got it.
it is
Uh,
like literally a fantastic conceptual artist tool. Like
yeah,
if that's what you want to do is just create concept art for other companies. I mean, look how quickly the turnaround is, and especially if like the company you're working for doesn't necessarily want anything too detailed, just like the rough idea. I mean, what Saku's doing now is perfect, like just to get a good idea of what they want.
yeah. I
And
mean,
another,
go ahead.
sorry,
No, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
another another amazing thing about dreams as well is that you're not just painting a picture. You could technically expand on it. You could show it from a different angle. You could switch the mood in an instant.
Mm.
You could I don't know, use the assets to create something completely new again. And that's, I think, such a huge advantage to just painting a picture.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
versatility is just ridiculous when it comes to dreams. Like you could just have a switch on it to change it from night to day, so you can just see what the scene looks like in different times, and it's just so quick.
well,
Speaking about that, let's quickly also set up a very basic sky and mood.
let me see what Crisillo came in. No, just wanted to. Oh, talking about your neighbor. Oh, okay. I thought you were for a second. When I glanced at chat, I thought you were talking about getting your images outside of dreams in picture format, and I don't really know how that goes, but I do believe that you should probably look up Ink the Line on Twitter,
Mm. Mm.
who I believe, along with one other person that I'm blanking on right now, but they're making a book of their art, like an actual sketchbook that they're
Oh
um,
yeah, Incline Dreamer
yeah,
maybe?
yeah, and yeah, there's Ink the Line, and then there's one more person, and I'm
Hasn't
blanking on them.
hasn't Insane Artist done one?
I'm not
I'm more sure.
sure, but I
I'm more
know,
sure he did.
but I'm
You
sure
mean
Ink the Line
Iron
and
Thing?
yeah, Ian Sane artist or whatever, yeah.
I don't think he has.
But yeah, basically, Ink the Line and one of the person that I can't name, and I apologize for that. They've actually gotten like high definition shots of their work in dreams and made like actual sketchbooks that they sell to fans. So yeah, I was just, if that was what I was seeing in chat, that was what I was going to bring up, but I brought it up anyway because if you haven't seen their work, go look it up. It's fantastic. Chrome Colossus, or hold on, Crisillo. As I missed the first part, any particular style in mind? Just whatever Sakku wants to create, and we're able to see his process, see what he's doing. As a matter of fact, what are you doing right now? You go in clouds, you bake to paint clouds. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bake to Paint is one of my favorite new features. Like it's absolutely amazing. I use it so much in the streams already. It's like perfect for my style because it's pretty much also concept art, like
Mm.
converter.
Well,
It is. It is. It's very cool.
uh, we had quite a spicy comment come into the chat, and
Ooh.
I want to actually see what people say about this. But Chrome Colossus said, "I think most artists should reconsider concept art as a career because AI is already better than most artists, and over the next few years will destroy it as a lucrative human pathway." Wow,
Yeah,
that's
that's a hot take.
yeah.
I can understand that. I have tried it myself as well. There's the like Wombo Dream app that a lot of people use, and now
Mm.
you've maybe seen it from Martin Nebelong. There's this Mid Journey AI that creates really
Mm.
crazy art, and I've also used that already, and it is really impressive. But a lot of people also say they're um, like the AI art doesn't really have a soul to it. Like it will never be what humans can create.
I I want to get further into this conversation, but I also
Mm.
want to make sure that we're paying attention to how you're creating these clouds. So, as you took that and like bake to paint and then changed the color, was that basically your whole process for the clouds, creating the initial sculpt, changing over and color and looseness?
Yeah, I think like the result is really cool, right? It looks like really lovely, fluffy clouds, and it
It's
was so fast.
insane how quickly you got, like, I was reading chat and I turned around and all of a sudden we've got a whole skybox going on with these really nice clouds.
Yeah.
I'll just quickly show you guys again. You can do it really fast. Like you can use any shape, and then you basically just mirror what like a cloud would look like. I like to use the rounded cube actually,
Hmm.
because it kind of gives this fluffiness. But you can even add like some spheres as well, which would be the normal way to go probably, just like that. And then once you convert it, like this, it looks a bit weird. But once you convert it and give it like the actual color of a cloud, make it rough, waxy bit, and especially like turn up the looseness, impasto, and like stretch it a little bit, it becomes this really nice looking fluffy cloud, which is so easy thanks to bake to paint. And when you put it in the right light, it will even look better.
Yeah.
That is so crazy how quick that is. Just look at that. That's insane.
Yeah, like you can set up something so fast with this kind of stuff. And like it's so easy in Dreams as well. Like you just take the clouds, put it in a group, then you can press double X in the group, and then you can just clone it around, and then you can create something so fast, really.
Well, Chrome Colossus, you didn't distract, man. I love conversation. And while he's, we're seeing him work, because every masterclass that we do, I go back and watch them countless times because, like, trying to keep up with Acert doing logic, or when someone really knows what they're doing with paint, like MC Alchemist, a lot of the process stuff while he's working, you can go back and catch that. So I do want to be able to talk about like things that people in our community, in the Dreams community, what's on your mind. And I think that is actually a really great topic because, I mean, I disagree, but someone already said it. But like, no matter how great a machine gets, I personally believe that there is an element that the machine just can't get. And that is the human element. It's the fact that it's not perfect. It's the fact that there are actual decisions being made, like him working on this landscape. Like, it may become as unique as an individual, but every individual is going to give you something different. Like, that's why when we have the conversations regarding people who have created like uh, processes in Dreams where it's like they figure out how to create something that no one else knows how to do in the community, or at least that no one's opening up about. Like, I believe that's what should be shared in the community. Whereas some people are like, I'm not going to tell anybody how I did this. And, it's your choice, but I believe process should be shared. And like, as far as your personal assets go, oh, that's up to you. But yeah, it's just everybody's going to do something different. And the reason I believe process should be shared is because people who are afraid of someone taking their style, I guess, it's almost impossible. Because even if you show someone how to do it, they're going to do it a bit differently. That's my idea. It's that it's always going to change and evolve, and someone's going to figure out how to do it better or do it a different way. As we all know, there's multiple ways to achieve the same thing in Dreams as a whole. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've saw the things like I've saw all these AI stuff, and there's even the Nvidia one where you just basically draw a really rubbish painting and it just turns it into this beautiful looking realistic painting, but still it still has the limitations of whatever the AI wants to process. It's never going to have that personal touch to it. Like with this, you can add all the finite details and make it how you want it. AI is never going to be able to do that because it's not a human. It's just always going to think like a machine. So
So
I would disagree as well that it's never going to take away from, the
Yeah,
human side of things.
I think there's a lot to personal feedback as well that makes it very different. And
Yeah.
another thing that is really awesome in Dreams now is that you see me 3D sculpt, but now I can also just take these brush strokes and like overpaint and give it texture and stuff, which I really like to do. And
Absolutely.
later on, that will like give it such a different look. In general, we have so many possibilities on what to create with style in Dreams. Like we can go for photorealism, stylized, or painterly, or even pixel art. Like there's so many possibilities, which I love about Dreams.
And you're using the paint currently. You're just gonna create like a texture and then make it matte down, I guess, through opacity to give it the final look that you're gonna try to go for. Or am I
Yeah,
completely off?
it always looks a bit different when you're just starting out, but in the end, I think like that's another thing where I just trust my intuition right now, and I think it's gonna work out and look really cool. So
Awesome.
hopefully, you guys will see in a bit. But yeah, how's the chat doing? How are you all?
Well, I mean, everybody is basically saying well, here, I'll read this out. Bad Dreams the Only said, I never thought I
Oh,
would
bad
have skills
dreams.
like I like. Sakku has answered my questions and helped me for years. Yeah, that's Sakku.
Yeah, but bad dreams is like the biggest legend in my server. He's pretty much a meme at this point.
Raining Stars Animation, welcome. Hi. So Chrome Colossus has come back with another paragraph. I love it. I love it.
Let's hear it.
Chrome Colossus said, "That's folly." Ooh. Concept art has been regurgitation for decades. There's little serious expression in concept art, partly because film and games are businesses and unique things are not sought after. I'm going to approach that first because there's still so many different types of concept art and styles that even with it becoming a business, that just means the business may seek a style. But I mean, hell, you look, and this is what I tell people when they, make fun or self-defecating as far as their art goes. Not everything has to be Martin Nebelong. I mean, we live in a world where, because it's a business, everything is trying to be sold, but everything is also trying to be new to an extent. Let me say that. But that's why you can have something like Arcane and then have something like Adventure Time. Two completely different things. And I'm sorry, I haven't seen an AI machine learning art thing pull off a cohesive style as far as like a style. Like I mean, maybe I'm using the wrong word here, but it's like it's a jumble of things. It's not detailed. It's detailed, but it's not detailed enough along an idea. It's just kind of like a mesh of how'd you say? It's more like a mesh of what you typed into it, but not with any like environmental storytelling. If you get what I'm saying.
Just to update you, like now I've overpainted and made a few adjustments, and now you can see how much of a difference that actually makes.
Wow, yeah.
Like it really adds this painterly look to it, this texture that I don't know. I really like it. And talking about Arcane, like Arcane was one of my biggest inspiration because I look closely at all of the visuals. I watched it like 4 times. And, like for me, it's so inspiring because they use 3D, but they still have that very painterly look to it. They use the brushes at very specific points, and it has inspired me to experiment more with that. And I'm just like right now finding more and more my style with it as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, Arcane was fantastic visually. It was just eye candy. So good.
Yeah. What's the so what are you gonna tackle next? Because it seems you've gotten out of the sketch phase and now you're starting to go more into the detail. How do you?
Yeah. In my process, I would say it like cut it to you like from block out, and then I'd maybe jump into an asset more where I go more into detail. It kind of merges. I mean, the clouds in the background already look more than a block out, I think now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it kind of merges. It's so much fun as well. Sometimes I would place an asset and then straight away go for more details. That's really completely up to you and what works best for you. Cool thing is now especially when we go about that painterly look, like what you can do is like you take the brushes or the flecks here in Dreams, and then in the background you use more like rough kind of thing, like bigger kind of brushes and textures and stuff, and that also really creates that loose look that a background or a painting maybe has.
That's interesting.
And like you put specific details like on the foreground, for example, or on specific things that you want to highlight, and the rest can be more like loose, which is also really interesting.
That
And
is interesting.
another cool thing that I can show you here straight away, what we also have now as possibility with the bake to paint is if we just like copy that and turn it into bake to paint, we pretty much have it already almost overpainted. It will still have like a more like a better look if we do it ourselves, but it's a really quick way to do something. And as you can see here, like, it looks really
Wow.
interesting straight away.
I've saw so many people use this on stream, and I've actually been toying around with this myself, and you can get so many cool effects by copying the sculpt, turning it to paint, and just pushing it just on top, and then messing with all those settings to get a really cool texture.
Yeah, you could even go for the grass and stuff that I've also shown in one of my videos. If you then stretch it up with the impaster, like it can look really cool. Even though you would need to make sure that the way is still possible, which you can just like do by subtracting the sculpt before converting it. But I think this is actually really good base that we have here by this. Just by using the bake to paint really quickly, I think it's turned it really into painted look already. It's just so easy. And now we can go for more details as well by just like adding real grass that we're painting. How I usually do grass really fast and quickly is like I just take the stroke and paint a few of those down in different directions, just like in a circle. Like that can already be enough, and then you can just go into the clone tool and press this, and then you already have much wider and even like really tight grass. I don't know.
That's all you got to do, ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
You're done.
There you
go. Why are you even here? It's so simple. I'll tell you why. Because you don't know until someone shows you. That's true. Why. And then you're like, I really should have figured that out. And then you're like, yeah, but I didn't know the process. And that's why the process is important again.
And now I know, because I've been searching for good grass on the Dreamiverse, and if I knew it was that easy to make grass, I wouldn't have been searching for the right type like for hours. And now I feel really foolish how easy it is like to get it looking good.
I would say like the problem is, like, I will just quickly show that in hope to help people improve their landscapes. So most people would probably like take this 3D and then like give it a grass flag and turn up the looseness and the impaster when that's it. Like that's how most landscapes look like in Dreams, right?
Yeah.
It has that very like Dreams look to it. You can see it in almost every creation. But I would say what improves the landscape straight away is like if you don't make that actually that high, and instead of like just having a grassy landscape, you actually subtract or bring in like a pathway as well. You can just take a brown color for that, go into the subtract mode, and then once you place it, you just clone it like this. And can you like this? You can make a pathway. That's already an improvement. But what you really want to do as well is like combine it maybe like with exactly how we made this kind of grass. Like you don't place it there because in reality also not grass is just not as natural. Like it has some higher grass, some lower grass, and also really important, lots of people keep it like this, but grass is usually not that shiny. Like it's really good to keep it more rough, and it can also help to make it more waxy. And with the painting, you can also very easily bring it more to life by using the wave effect, which then lets the wind go through it. And yeah, I just hope like people will use that a bit more instead of just one flat, shiny grass.
Yeah, look at that.
And another thing, for example, if we have the camera shot here now, a good thing to do is like in paintings and in art in general, you really want to like give the foreground more contrast. Than like it usually goes lighter the further it is in the distance, and usually the background in the sky and stuff usually already becomes like the same color as the sky. So in the foreground you can use like a darker, more contrasty kind of grass. And then in the background it gets lighter, and that way you also create a sense of depth and atmospheric perspective.
I see. Interesting.
Like that you can even highlight composition. For example, if you would like have darker grass and then you do like a lighter grass like just in between, that automatically highlights the lighter grass and that place that is around that. And yeah, do people already have questions to that or to the creation process in general?
Yeah, guys, any questions that you may have, be sure to at me in chat. Try to help me see them because just like y'all, I'm lost in how great this already looks. I'm watching too. So I'm dying, apparently. So, all right, I'm back. I'm back. I didn't die. Good Lord. Hold on. I think I am dying. Hold on. There we go. Okay, had to clear it out. This is why I hate lemon, because a little lemon piece just tried to kill me.
Oh no! What are you drinking? Like,
The witch's brew is what I'm.
okay, and
No.
what consists of the witch's brew?
Hold on. Sorry about that.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be all right. If you see me fall out of camera and I'm dead, just keep going. Just keep going. I'll just be recording my back wall while this is
Forever.
forever.
Looking at the street.
Right? Jeez. So yeah. So the witch's brew. It's just lemon and hibiscus tea. Also with a little Himalayan sea salt and
Sea salt in tea.
It's what? Yeah, it's for a reason.
Oh right, okay. It's not right. Okay, okay.
Yeah. It so basically, yeah. There's a brew going on now. That's only in the first cup. If you see me pour something else, that's normal, just hibiscus tea. But
Okay.
for one of
All right.
these cups, I have to do something else, and
Yeah,
there is a purpose behind it, guys. It's not just me running around throwing tea
I
or throwing salt in tea.
There is a reason for putting salt in tea. Yeah. Okay.
Let me see. Did you muddle the hibiscus? Lol. No, I did not. The tea is fantastic. I just have to get through this cup beforehand. When life gives you lemons, die.
Ain't that the truth?
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right. So anyway, before I almost died in front of everybody, we have moved on to. Wait, I feel like I missed something.
He's making a new building of some
Yes,
sort.
but did he create a clone of that building to change all of them at once, or is he just creating a brand new?
I think he went straight from scratch.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay,
went from scratch.
okay, all right, okay. I see what you're
He's
doing. I
just
see.
see the thing is he's just so quick that if you look at chat for a second and you come back, you think he's cloned a whole building, but in fact he's just made it all from scratch in like 60 seconds.
Well, I was looking at my soul leaf. That's what I was doing. So I was a little distracted for other reasons, but yes, absolutely. Somebody missed like 5 minutes earlier and came back, and the whole island was there. So yeah.
So right now I'm just creating some architecture, and here one of the tips I can give you first, a mistake that I didn't activate the mirror, would have actually helped me. I work a lot with hardline, and with architecture I really just play around with what works as well. Yeah, now like if I would put that would move as well, which would be really helpful. But yeah, I just play around with shapes and see what works and what doesn't work. Like, don't like that. Another thing that's actually really cool here is that we can stretch that completely down, activate, stay upright, and when you now make a cut, you can make like these tiny cutouts that really give it structure so easily.
How long would you say it took you to get really proficient with the move controllers?
Probably a month, like until I was understanding everything and feeling comfortable and moving around and switching scenes up, things up and stuff.
It just seems like if you're gonna sculpt this, the moves is the way to go. Like
Yeah.
I've seen people do it with the DualShock and with the moves, and every time I see someone do it with the moves, I'm like, damn, I need to buy moves and get back into trying to sculpt because it looks so much more fun as well because you've got
It
all
is
this
much more fun than.
freedom like with stretching and moving and stuff. It just looks way better. But I think at this point, I'm just gonna wait for PSVR 2 to come out and then try it again.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Mm.
I guys, I mean, I got so upset with my moves not working, and I never figured out what it was. Like, it's just there's always a bunch of jitter. There's always a bunch of jitter. It's like it's reading sometimes, and then it'll like.
I mean, to be fair, I mean that was my experience with them as well. Like playing VR games, you'd be playing something, and all of a sudden, whoosh! Like the right hand would just go, and you're like, okay, well, I have one hand now, and then you have to reset everything to make it work again. I just don't think the technology they used was a good idea with all the light stuff, and yeah, it's not very good. But
What
then we have people like Sakku that makes it look like it's the best thing ever. So
I think it is the best thing ever. I wonder how the like PS2 VR will actually work with that, because from the preview I've seen that doesn't even have enough buttons that the Move controller uses. So I don't know if you can actually use it for the things, but I guess we will see.
it does have a
look?
full. It does have the full controller on them, I believe.
Okay.
On the new PSVR, like it has the analogs, it has all of the X, square, triangle, circle, has the triggers. I think it literally has a full DualSense, but split into two controllers.
Okay.
We're
It's
having
gonna be
a
interesting.
we're having a request in chat just to show it again really quickly, being that you are quick. Someone just showed up, first time chat, and they did not see you make clouds. So did you want to make a cloud for the fourth time just to throw up in the sky? Because
Sure.
I wouldn't even ask you to do it, except you do it in like a minute.
Literally,
So
like I wouldn't even say it's a minute. We got a
Okay,
timer.
you
We
want
should
to put a
timer.
countdown?
Yeah, I'm gonna set a timer and I'm gonna see how long it takes you to make these.
Okay, ready?
Bear with me. Okay, right. Tell me when to go.
So, okay, just first, before we start, I usually take a lot of blues and then turn it into white. It just gives a bit more shading than just using white.
Well, you tell me
And
when to start, and then I'll start, and we'll see how long it takes you to create them.
okay, I'm ready.
And go.
all right. while we're doing this. Bad Dreams the Only said at Mighty Vicious, still blaming it on the controller. Just kidding, I never had them. Bro, I think something was honestly wrong with my camera. And because it's picked up by the camera, and I don't know, it never worked right. And the
There
thing
you go.
is that it? That's the whole cloud.
No, I'm still typing. And Bake to Paint. He's doing his settings.
And you can easily set up a
And
full sky like this.
there we go.
There's your cloud. Now just
40
throw it back into the mess.
46 seconds.
Well,
That's crazy. Look, 46 seconds and you've got perfect clouds.
That's dreams.
Crazy.
And now, since we also wanted to dive into stylization with this, so once you have like an architecture, wait, I will actually add something more that I wanted to add. Also, because I didn't save it now, but you can set up your own colors, which is really useful. You can put it in here, like choose different colors. I'm choosing like a mixture between brown and green for this architecture. You can combine them here, and then you can spin them, and then like it switches between the different colors always, which is really useful. And then again, stay upright. Now I'm just adding like a few kind of brick-like structure here as well. It's also kind of stylization by just giving them a few here and there.
oh, that works.
Even though it's a bit weird, it's like it's almost transparent here for no reason right now.
Yeah.
It's just incredible how quick you've added like all of the style to it and everything. And I know for a fact that if I tried to do this myself, it would take me at least 3 or 4 hours to just do what you've made there.
I think it comes with practice. Like I've just done it so many
100%.
times.
Yeah.
Well, not these specific things, but like I think I've also just built that intuition of what could work, what might not work, and I think that comes naturally with I don't know, in every creative field or whatever you're doing with profession. Like when you practice it for so many hours, it gets faster, it becomes better, and I still feel like I'm at the beginning. Okay. So I think that we can do here for stylization, which I like to do, is using the curve tool, and then we choose a quite light kind of color and activate the surface snap. And then we like almost draw in some outlines that would, like, I don't know, be damaged at the bricks. That automatically creates quite a stylized look to it. Don't need to do it everywhere, but just at a few places. Especially here as well, if we do it at like the bows and something.
Yeah, it's nice, quick texturing and detail.
Just really makes it look very stylized if you look now already, but we will make a lot of changes to make it look better.
What is your history, Sakku, with art, for those that don't know? Like before you came to Dreams?
My 3D journey almost has completely started with Dreams. I've used a bit of Cinema 4D before, which was absolute crap compared, sorry. But I have a lot of experience in video editing before. I also did draw a little bit, but also not that much. So also my art journey has kind of really started with Dreams. And right now, I feel like to a certain degree, I know how to sculpt now in dreams. Like I just know how to do anything I want in a way. It just needs
Mm.
is a matter of how. So right now, I'm actually spending a lot of time and focus on learning more of the fundamentals of art, of like composition, color, and all of those things that you need to know as an artist that like improve your art. And I feel like that's what I was missing for a long time, even though I knew how to sculpt in a certain way.
Hmm.
So Falcarich in chat asked, "Why curve tool and not sphere?" And is that because the curve tool actually has like better line work as far as like variation in
Yeah,
the
I can show
line?
you that really quickly as well. When we use the sphere um, to smear something, first off, it leaves more gaps, I feel like, and at the same time, the curve tool is like paint draw. That means you can make it thicker or thinner the harder you press the back button, so you can literally like draw with it. And that's why it's like a lot more natural to use the curve tool as well to draw anything really.
Mm.
Yep. Haha, I was right. Let's see.
I think it's also satisfying to see with the smearing and the curve tool.
It's incredible, just like by adding a few details on the outlines, how it's add an aged look to the sculpt. It's just such a
Yeah.
simple thing, goes a long way.
And technically, you could even like use the curve tool to draw in some brick kind of like structure as well. It's very simply.
Now, would you not want to do like, because you started from scratch with this building, and I guess my question would be, because I personally have never used the live clone tool, but is that something, I don't know. Well, no, never mind. I get it, because the others were just sketches of what you wanted to do, whereas you make one fully detailed one, and now you can clone this to all of them, I guess. And
I already had a moment actually where I was like changing something at an asset and was like, shit, I can't actually change it to the other ones now. And then I remembered, oh my god, the new update. I can just like do it for one. And then yeah, that was for my avatar scene actually. I placed all of the assets already in the stream, and then I thought like, oh, I really need to make some change to that asset that I placed everywhere. And then I thought like, oh shit, then I need to like completely place it again and stuff. And then I remembered this update, and it was like instantly, oh my god, that's so good. Okay, so now that this is kind of finished, I usually round up the color a little bit. Like I smooth it out with the here color amount. Like if you make that a bit more solid, it like merges with your paint color.
Mhm.
And then of course you can also still change the finish. Now if we actually place it there, already like you can see the difference between
Yeah.
the block out next to it. What I also want to do is make some kind of stairs for this.
You can hear him go like click, 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 like all the shortcuts.
Yeah, my chat actually said they do love the move controller click 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 click. Very ASMR satisfying. Oh yeah, how did you like Doctor Strange 2?
Yes, I just I loved it. Let me just do it that way. Doctor Strange 2, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, although it wasn't what I was expecting it to be.
Well, someone said
That's
no
what I'm going.
spoilers. Someone said no spoilers in
All
chat, so
right.
we won't go
Okay.
deeper.
Nope.
But yeah, I enjoyed it. That's and Doctor Strange will never be what I expected it to be, and I've gone over multiple times as to why.
You have.
But
Certainly, yeah.
but what it was very it sufficed. So Saki creating on dreams for 10 hours sounds to sleep, relax, study. What? Oh my God.
Wow.
Sounds to sleep too. Not even gonna lie, I muted as soon as I heard thoughts on Doctor Strange.
And that also maybe some of you don't know, but when you play something like when I work on architecture or any building kind of stuff, so when you play something with the grid and then you want to make it like sideways cut, you can only do 45 degrees. But when you then turn the precise movement tool on, you actually have full control over how you want to change it. And pretty much my whole architecture work goes between grid and precise movement tool.
Interesting.
Do something like this then. And then also to make the stairs not as just unnatural, because they're completely perfect and like straight, I usually like just make it a bit more sideways, kind of like this. And then again, for quick stylization, you could also just like subtract the upper part of it, like this.
Give it a bit of character.
Yeah.
All shot. It's dope.
I'm learning so many techniques.
Just need to make sure that you don't do the same cuts. Like when you do something like this, it looks a bit unnatural because you kind of do it on all of them. So just want to make it look all a bit unique and different.
Crizillo said it's also a good tip to put an invisible sculpt below it so the puppets can walk on it easily.
Yeah, that's actually a really good tip. Like dream stairs are really hard for the puppet. So I can just quickly also show you guys that. Let me get the controller. So if we quickly make a stair like this, also straight away an interesting addition, I think. The puppet kind of has hard struggles to move up there. Like it sometimes gets stuck in there, especially like the harder, like the further the stairs kind of get. But if you take this sculpt and you kind of put it like this, so he can straight walk in there, and then you turn it invisible here, and it's still there. The character is still walking on it, but now it's actually walking on something and actually making the steps. Like it still looks like it's making the steps. It's a really good tip for building levels.
Show me.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, that is a good tip.
That's really clever.
Yeah, it's like the puppet like with stairs usually completely fucked up, so that's like really really good to fix that.
Such a simple solution as well. Just put a sculpt there and make it invisible.
Yeah. I really like being free form as well. Like that's in like it has the advantage that it also makes it look more natural in some ways. Like more, especially when you're going for more ancient kind of structures. If you're going for something completely modern, then maybe you don't want to do this, but I personally really like the looks it can create.
Oh yeah, and for those that don't know, just because the way we had to do this, due to hardware limitations, is we actually had to capture Sakku's stream in order to do this. So there is going to be a little bit of a delay for those, I guess, that noticed. So yeah, but I don't know. So far, it's been pretty.
Yeah, it's been okay.
Yeah. So far, it's
It's
been moving at a
it's
proper clip.
How
good.
long do you think it's the delay?
It'd be hard for us to tell, really. I mean, I have it set to as low latency as possible, so you know, hopefully it's not too far behind. But I guess someone noticed, so we'll see. Yeah, some artifacts when he moves the screen quickly. Yeah, and that's just the capture of the the capture of the stream.
Yeah, as of right now, I can only stream from my PS5, so they pretty much like get my screen into their stream.
Yeah, and you know what? You're still happy to have it, so yeah, it'll be all right. Yep, y'all live. I do like this use of paint for detail.
Yeah, it is really
I,
clever. I would have never thought to do that. Like the way that he's doing it, it's really clever.
Just I personally really love the style it looks like when you use the paintings, especially because you also have so much control of it.
yeah,
Like you can even use different finishes, like you can make the sculpt more rough and then you can make like the paint shiny. Maybe you want to have some rustiness where then it's more rough and the rest is more shiny, for example. And you usually don't have that. And now the cool thing is, which you will see in a few seconds, when we stretch the painting, I really love how that looks like and what kind of control we have with the stretch.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's nice.
And yeah, just again, so much more detail and structure to it as well. And there's really simple ways. Another way that I can show you, for example, is like if we wanted to do, like I feel like some people are just completely ignoring the flags or trying to avoid them, but they're so useful for some things. Like we could very easily create bricks by just using this flag. Like it's almost made for that. Which would usually take quite a long time to just sculpt every of those bricks and make them look so different. So yeah, like I think there's so much more still about how we can use every single flag that we have in all kinds of ways that we still don't even know about.
yeah,
And that's why literally every flag that's going to be an addition is going to be absolutely incredible. Even that
Yeah.
square flag now, where you would maybe not guess that it would be that useful straight away because we already have like a square flag, but now it
Yeah.
has clean
It
edges. That already
it's
makes a huge
yeah,
difference.
just it having the clean edges is just like the Dreamiverse went wild and started doing all these things with it, and you're just like, how have you come up with this idea just because we've got a new Fleck? Like it's changed the game completely. And that's what
Yeah.
I love about this community. You know, something so small is just, oh, we've just added a new Fleck, and what can be done with that is so much. And I
And
think
that
that's one of the things about the limitations with Dreams is people have really learnt how to make the most out of the tools, and when they add something new, it's just like it just changes Dreams altogether.
and Media Molecule has designed Dreams so smart. Like they made that when you use the flags, it always gives you a slightly different flag with every like brush that you set, as well as like changing the color of it. And that is so incredible because compared to painting, it wouldn't just change the color or change the way the brush looks like when you paint it. You really
Mm.
need to make that individual, and that's such a great thing about Dreams.
Yeah, I'm just lost in the process. Don't mind me. Yeah. I'm like, I want to see how this turns out. It's going to be amazing, but yeah, you know, still. I like the intrigue.
Yeah, people in my stream, like I always think maybe it's boring to see just painting, but they're usually very satisfied with the process of the overpainting stuff.
Bang.
Done.
All right, now.
And even here, like I'm just doing this for the stream purpose now as well. We can just copy that and like bake that to paint and really make a simple version out of it.
Mm.
With this, like we could even, let's say, give it an overgrown kind of look.
And that bake to paint feature is just so useful.
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible, especially for this kind of style.
I mean, just look how quickly you can add texture to a whole sculpt is
And
amazing.
you can even layer this kind of stuff, like use multiple at once and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think I wanted to do is like let come water out of this. So I'm just using a sculpt that helps me paint the waterfall here.
So you're going to use a sculpt to get the template right for how you want the water to flow, right?
Yeah, basically just like a canvas so I can make a straight waterfall because otherwise it would be really hard to just draw that in the 3D space. But even here we could, like, I mean, that's just randomly coming to me. We could even use bake to paint here by transforming a sculpt into paint to make water, which I've already shown a bit in a tutorial as well, how amazing the bake to paint water looks like.
See, this is where I've been going wrong with paint, is I've just been trying to do it naturally in the 3D space. I need to start using a sculpt to sort of use that as your template and then delete it. So then
Oh
you've got
yeah,
your
I do
paint.
that all the time, really. I'll also quickly show you guys now, before we continue with that, how amazing it is now to make water. Like that's probably one of the most revolutionary things for bake to paint use. But also talking about the flags before, I just wanted to get that out as well. Like because of how amazing the flags really are if you use them right. That's just like how incredible it would be once we have like a foliage flag that would change everything, like a leaf flag or different grass one, because like that's where Dreams is, I would say, failing a bit in most cases. Like obviously you have your own style and abstract art, but when it comes to foliage, it's really hard to create a good looking thing. And I would change everything with like a new flag, like a new leaf kind of flag or something. I still have some people on my stream as well. I'm just creating some wave kind of like structures.
Well, Insane Alpha Beta said one of the most important lessons I learned in Dreams was Sakku's trick for making highly detailed and realistic ground. I use it for a ton of things.
Yeah, I think that has really like, that's why I'm happy about, because I think that has left such a huge impact in the Dreams community, because I see it everywhere now. It's like either someone else has also just figured it out, or everyone just watched that tutorial, because it's used in so many creations now. It's crazy. And now if we just turn that into paint. Turns into the wrong direction. We should be able to change that by using the comp as well. And for the water, it really gets especially great if we make it shiny and let the light come on it in the right way.
Nice.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Just love how the sun reflects on that as well. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the movement, it really looks.
It looks really nice.
You still have so much control over it, and every decision like makes it look different. Like stretching it, looseness, and pass through, all of these kind of things.
Chow Kraken says at the end, Sakku should disable all visible paint to see how much the scene has changed.
Yeah. Yeah, I like to do that in my creations, and it's always really cool to see. But yeah, here you can see how, like, really quickly as well, you could create a really cool looking sea with this.
As a matter of fact, go ahead and make that that water, make it bigger. Yeah, that's what I like. Because I'm gonna tell you to change the whole scene. Let's see. Char, I really need to take the time to watch tutorials, time lapses for sculpting. Yeah. I mean, like I said, that's the only way you're gonna pick up the process is seeing someone else who's better than you do it. And then once you learn it, you can make your own little additions to it and teach it to someone else. Crazillo said, I used to watch Lady Lex sculpting on stream, and now Sakku, two real masters, lol. It's 8 alpha beta. It's worth noting when you make water with make to paint, it can be fickle at times. The water like flow effect depends on the rotation. It's weird. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like that can be tricky sometimes, but you can usually change it with the comp or also with paint with this kind of box where you can change the direction a lot. And once you have a few assets, it's really easy to create more interesting kind of looking structure out of it, even out of just one. You can see it here now.
I feel like where the character's standing should be a puddle. This is where I begin, ladies and gentlemen. This is where my mind is already starting to create the story for this.
Oh, even
a script is already in action. Don't worry.
Yeah.
It's all in place.
even Tenya has now come to my stream.
Yes, he made those clouds earlier in stream. And we timed how long it takes him to make a cloud, and it is 46 seconds? 46 seconds.
Incredible. So. Incredible.
No, let's actually just make some more decent sand. I'll also show you that now. That's also what quite some people actually asked when I showed the tutorial as well. How I make sands, like at first stamp a quite basic structure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kira brought up a good point. He said 46 seconds with delay. So
Very
40
true.
seconds.
40 seconds.
There you go.
Yeah, did you stop when I said I was done?
Yeah.
Okay. So
yeah, about 40 seconds. Incredible.
What I like to do is like take this pyramid shape, but especially actually the cylinder, which you probably wouldn't think at first, but it's the perfect kind of sand structure tool.
Yes, it does. Interesting.
All right, that's it. Dreams needs an update. Sakku needs nerf because he's too OP.
Just I really, really love creating with dreams. I love creating worlds and scenes and art with dreams, and I still feel like I have so much to improve on, but it's just such a fun journey as well.
And that is the the artist's journey. It's never good enough. There's always something that can be improved. You'll never be done. It's the way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like for me mostly it's like when I create a piece, it will be like I start to like it during the creation process. I'm really happy about bringing something to life out of nothing, and I think, hey, that's actually cool. And then I look onto it the next day and I think, like, what is that? Like, it doesn't look good, really. That's why I struggle with so much.
It's the artist's curse.
Yeah. Kind of. And here as well, super quick.
Yep.
Turning it into bake to paint.
Oh, well, just like Insane Alpha Beta. Oh, I hope he shows the awesome sand effect he did with the bake to paint. There we go.
Oh, yeah. So it was quite funny. I was doing a tutorial about the luminoise feature, and then I just showed a bake to paint wind effect on the side, and everyone was just going on about that then. So what it's like is like I give it a splat kind of Fleck.
Mm-hmm.
I turn it up by putting impasto on it. And yeah, I let it wave of kind of like this. Now, people find that's way too strong and stuff, but when you give it the roughness and the waxiness and then turn the opacity down, that's where it gets really interesting. And you can see how it's like waving over the sand.
Nice.
Looks really cool, and that probably has a lot of potential for other things as well.
There we go. I was waiting for that opacity to come down a little bit. Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff. I tried this effect
I have also tried this
a long time ago, and it did not turn out this good. So I still learned to love it, but I had to learn to love it. I didn't love it. Yeah.
I mean, Bake to Paint just makes it so much easier, doesn't it, to do something like this?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bad dreams the only. I leave for a few minutes and you done did the thing.
you guys would love this guy. He's hilarious.
Well, we always welcome you to join us as well.
Okay, you guys keep going. I'll just grab something to drink 1 minute.
But I want to change the piece. I want to change things. So
what kind of story do you have going at the minute, Will, in your brain? Like, what's going on? Give me a little tease.
Well, from what I'm seeing so far, of course, you have the archaic civilization. You have someone that's come across it, but of course they aren't a part of it. They're from a distant land. But but the piece I want him to add when he gets to it, if he gets to it, the beginning of Journey, where you have all of those totems that are sticking out of the sand. I want those to be super large, and I want them to be sticking out of the ocean.
Ooh.
And
okay.
I won't make them put a background on it, but what I really want to have, like, there's two pictures and both of them can have a little bit different of a story to tell. So it's like you have this road through this archaic destroyed civilization where you're obviously centuries late.
Yeah.
And then I want this really foreboding, almost technological, like maybe the ruins of the civilization that actually ended this one in the water with those that they lost. And so basically you'll have like these flat but long totems sticking out of the ground, almost like swords, and then have the technology flickering throughout them. So you're walking in between the clash of two civilizations. That's where my mind is, at least. So
all right.
That sounds really interesting.
Well, we'll see if you feel like doing it. So
It's like, so I want these huge, technologically advanced, futuristic swords, and I want you to just place them all over the ocean.
Insane Alpha Beta said, that's fun, but we also need giant metal shark bursting from the ocean, ready to make landfall and cast its judgment upon the poor land mortals. I would raise you your giant metal shark and make it instead a giant metal land squid. That's I'm sorry, there's nothing more terrifying than a land squid. In my mind. Let me see here. It's rare to catch the streams that are early to mid-afternoon for so long, but now I have all the time. I hate not being able to work, so I mostly troll Sakku. Or, as I call him, Mine Bob.
Mine Bob.
Was that Bad Dreams again?
Yes. Giant metal land squid shark. Okay. I mean, I hear you. That is a little strange, but I like it. I like what it does to me. I like the idea. Now, I did not think you were going to go this route.
Yeah,
with
neither
this
did
cylinder.
I.
But I like what you're doing. I'm slipping in what you're slicking, some may say.
I'm intrigued of what you're going to do with that.
I just tried something out, but like as you can see, like even if we turn a block out into something big to paint it, then really gives it that painted look in the distance, which is also really cool. But I think I'm gonna create a more proper structure. How is your guys' game doing, by the way?
As we told everybody, we're on hiatus for the moment because we've kind of had to restructure it into what we want it to be. And we've also, well, we're attempting to raise our individual skill so that we don't have to rely on, we don't have to rely on as many people to get things done. But also we'll be able to contribute more to get things done because it just helps out for team morale. But Dino is not dead, but it is in hiatus.
I can understand that. Same with the Crystal Guardian right now. We just didn't find the time to keep working on it much recently.
It's just a problem with such large scale project. You know, it takes so much time, so many people, and it's not something that can happen overnight. So getting the process right first is one of the most important things, so things go smoothly for everybody.
Yeah, especially when you have like a high quality expectations for it.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. All right. I feel you guys. Our Star Trek dream is progressing, but it's slow. Star Trek dream.
I think I've seen some of that stuff about the Star Trek dream.
I have not. Mark me in one. If you're on Twitter and you have it posted there, mark me in one of your tweets so that I can take a look at it after the show. At Mighty Vicious, not gonna lie, I'd like to help with the Dino script and direction. I hope I'll have the time to help with that in the future. As far as the script and direction goes, that's covered. I got that.
Yeah.
That's me. That's the problem is that my skill in dreams is lacking as far as being able to put that, like, ask that of somebody without being able to do it myself.
It's a lot.
It's because, believe me, as I've told y'all many times before, I have Kevin Costner syndrome. Like everything has a scope that is epic, and part of me learning to get better has also been me trying to learn to be more moderate. And it's like, don't try to do everything. Do something. Do exactly what you need really well. So, but as far as story goes,
no, we're covering
story for days. Let's see. Still, the folks are awesome, and I love we can meet through dreams. Hell yeah,
absolutely.
Hell yeah. Let's see. And form a team. Oh, and form a team was the end of that. Working on the dream walk at the moment, but then back to assets. Nice.
Assets are essential.
Do exactly what you need, which is everything. I see you're familiar with this cycle I speak of.
Yes.
I can actually also recommend that, just to throw that in. Like, when you start with dreams, some people have the craziest, highest ambitions for themselves or for their projects. Like, they want to do the next Skyrim or something. And I would really recommend to start slow. Like, when you want to start sculpting, especially, I would say, like, take references and just sculpt some assets. That really helps to, like, that's how I started as well. And when we look at my first assets now, they're horrible, but they help me improve so much.
Insane Alpha Beta, I'll talk to you later, sir, to call you all the names. But he said y'all shouldn't do it alone. Just get a team. I mean, that's just it. We will have a team, but I want to have a team when at this point, I want to have a team when there's more set up to make the process
Yeah,
go
100%.
smoother. So it's just like, I've not controlling everything is, or not having a control of everything is kind of like what I talked with Sakku about earlier, which is the idea of like, because I have this imagination and I never run from references, it's sometimes hard for me to understand when people need references. And so if I give like a basic instruction of I want this, like I want a wall. And then they're like, "Well, what kind of wall?" I'm like, "A wall that fits this setting." Like we all know what a brick wall looks like. But in my mind, I can see it, and even if I say it, I'm still kind of like I don't get why I have to say this. And so everything is a learning process in dreams, and I would suggest everyone try to work with a team even if it's not on your own project, because
Absolutely.
you will learn a lot about what it's, if you don't know
What it
already,
takes to manage.
what it takes to manage that team and work in a group dynamic, and where you suck and where they don't, and trying to weave that into a cohesive unit. It's a lot for those that haven't tried it yet. It's a lot harder than it seems.
Yeah, it really it really is. Especially if you're trying to make something like, big and in depth and detailed. Just the amount of work that goes into making something like that actually come off and come off
Yeah.
with great morale is really, really difficult. It's not easy. And it's been a great learning curve for both of us, of how we want to approach it when we come back. But when we do come back, we want to make sure we come back strong. So we're taking this time to improve our own skills so we can give more to the project ourselves and, yeah, just make something better.
Hey, Saku, I don't like that. You're blocking the view of that ocean I was talking about. No, I'm just like.
How are you going to see the swords?
There's parts of it. It's just always trying out some things. Like often I don't like it and delete it again.
There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, you're watching and you haven't tried it. Please don't judge harshly this amazing scene. Now, let me see here. Hey, Saku, if I were to say that you seem to be obsessed with arches, would I be correct?
I actually don't use them that much in my art, but like when I go for a specific theme, like I just thought it would be fitting for this kind of
I gotta
place
say,
now.
I like it.
No, I think it is, but I always seem like, I don't know. Like I feel like there are arches, and maybe not all your work, but I feel like there's always a how'd you say? There always seems to be a presented opportunity to put them in. Let me put it that way. But like I said, as you answered, no, I'm incorrect, which is very good. Oh no. Ba-da-ba-da-da, I'm dreaming it. Lol. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Like when you do this kind of stuff, it's just so interesting because you can always expand on it in a way. Just comes to my mind, like when we now take one of these structures, we can extend the bridge by doing something like this again. And that's also really interesting. Like when you make one asset, like you can, I don't know, do so much with it when you have the creativity for it.
like where you're going.
Mm.
Once again, we're back.
That story is progressing, isn't it? Well, I can see it in your eyes.
Quite.
Well, when I finish this up and make it look a bit, then when we change the mood, then we can also throw in your community suggestions or yours as well, Mighty. Like what you said, like I think it was a cool idea to have some like what you said. I don't know, journey, ruin stones, kind of things, even big in the sea.
Yeah, almost as if that like you're walking in between two civilizations, and you're just seeing the ruins of where they crashed together. And so so you have like the more archaic old school, we'll call it Hyrule. You have Hyrule on the right that's, decimated as it always should be. And then you have like this technological, like the remnants of a technological civilization that maybe showed up. We'll call that Sony. And then no. I'm sorry. I saw a moment I had to attack. But yeah, it's just like that's the story I'm piecing together, not without the sarcasm.
I like that. It's good.
Like parts of what I'm doing would also maybe I would take more time, but I will try to get progress with the stream now as well.
Oh, I think I typed it, but Crazillo, thank you. I'll take a look after the stream. And yeah, just to follow that sarcasm for a second, has anybody seen the people who have like recreated Majora's Mask but in Unreal Engine 5?
Yes, I have, and it's fantastic. Like, what an incredible piece of work.
Yeah.
Too bad it's going to get completely shut down.
Well, have you guys seen the terrible fate from Ember Lab?
Sorry?
Like, have you guys seen like the short film Terrible Fate from Ember Lab?
Oh, I haven't.
You haven't?
Oh, from Ember Labs. Yes. Yes. I had my brain had to catch up for a second. My mind is still getting blown by that train station. Yeah. Absolutely. I personally would like a tower jutting out way out in the ocean, like this place used to be much larger before it was swallowed with water. Before the asteroid hit, before the asteroid hit that created the Ice Age, and it thawed, and then all the land was swallowed up after the devastation. Yes, I like it.
This is coming together.
This is the remnants of Atlantis.
Well, I would say that's also like part of the like that's a fun part, like where you can make up stories and I don't know, bring in creativity or guess what could happen there. Like sometimes I create places and then just like in the end, like there's so much that comes to my mind about this place. Then I think it lets people like dream, literally.
Yeah. Payoff Wizard, I just noticed, asked Sakku what games he likes the art styles of and his biggest influences, other than Kena.
Good that he already knows Kena. There's lots of games that I really like. I personally like, maybe when I think about this place now, maybe it looks a bit like Rhyme. I really like the art style of Rhyme.
It's fantastic. Yeah. Great game.
Obviously, I love Journey. I love all these kinds of games. Absu, Journey, Rhyme. Omno was a great game as well. Specifically the art style. So I think Ghost of Tsushima has a great art style. It's like a bit more in the realistic direction, but still has that very specific, consistent art style to it that I really like. But yeah, Kena is for me like the top top art style. Like that's just like going into the Disney movie kind of direction, which I think like more games like this would be incredible.
It would
But
be really
also other games like The Last Campfire, if anybody knows that, that's a really
that is a good one actually.
that's a great indie game with a really cool and interesting art style. Just baking to paint everything now as well.
We really are gonna have to turn off paint at the end just to see how much of it actually is paint.
Let's see. Bad Dreams said, or Abzu. Yeah, Abzu is great.
Abzu
really
is amazing.
Elden Ring looks kind of realistic, but the entire world, in a way it's structured, has a painterly way to it, if that makes any sense. Yes, it does. It makes perfect sense.
I haven't played Elden Ring personally.
I mean, you haven't gotten to that point yet where I guess you need to step away from dreams. Because, I mean, before I was forced into my exodus from dreams, from which I have not been able to return as of yet, yeah, I hadn't touched any game for the last like 2 years. Never like wasn't completing anything. Would like play it the first night, then turn on dreams and forget about it. And so yeah, that's one of the things that I was able to do while I've been on my hiatus from dreams is simply just trying to complete other games I've bought, and one of them was Elden Ring. I haven't completed it, but that's kind of by choice, and just trying to experience more of the game. But it's been an influence. I can't wait to get back to dreams, which rely on other things currently. But yeah.
Has there been anything else you've completed other than Elden Ring in your hiatus?
Not completed, but played more of, because I had a whole bunch of huge games basically sitting on the back burner. Cyberpunk 2077 was one that I was working on. The Ascent I was working on, and the and Elden Ring. So, but yes, see. I'm trying to catch back up with chat. A lot is moving right now. Let's see. It's, getting baked. Lol. Getting baked on paint. I found out I have to play games where my creativity just plummets. Maybe that's what happened to me. Maybe that's why I burned out. It was because I didn't step away. I was too close to the canvas. Chrome Colossus, I can barely play any game since getting absorbed into dreams in VR. That's what I feel like is going to happen to me when PSVR 2 comes out. Yeah. Elden Ring counts for 3 games. Yes, it does. The amount of content in that game is ridiculous. Bad Dreams Only. The Ascent is really amazing. It seems like your average twin stick shooter, but it has so much more to offer. It's like tiny Mass Effect. Yeah, I mean, it always looked appealing to me, but I just hadn't played anything else. But I'm running through that currently. Well, kind of with friends. I was before injury. I plan to get back to it pretty soon. I do like how you are. So you're using the. Oh, I see it now.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice.
Another thing that just happened, like I don't know what it is, but there's like a bug with Bake to Paint. Like when I convert this, it only takes the arch for some reason. Never had this before, but something was like completely missing.
That's strange.
Not sure why.
Huh.
But then again, like especially for streams like this is also just so awesome. Like I don't need to put that much work in it. I just convert everything to paint, and it really helps me out to make something super fast.
Cynic said if you reduce detail on it, So maybe that was what was causing it. And I always get hung up with the name, but Rack. There you go. I'll just say Rack. Rico, Racco. Anyway, Rack said maybe too thin.
Maybe, but I feel like it would
Ra.
still
There
leave
we go.
something.
And let's see.
Now, quickly, this is really cool. Like when we have bake to paint as well, when we just turn the endpoint down, like you can see like randomly decides a few places where the paint's not there anymore. Really cool for overgrown stuff as well.
Hmm. Yeah, interesting.
That
really
is really
easy
dope.
way of just getting it overgrown. With you can just slide it once you've baked the paint.
Yeah. Okay, now I'll just set up a basic grade in effects, which changes the scene completely, and then we can also throw in community suggestions, I would say.
I mean, we already got one from me. That's the community. That's yeah. So community suggestions. What do you guys want to
Come
see
on,
him
guys.
throw in here?
Pop them in chat.
Yep. Insane Alpha Beta. Mighty Vicious, what about playing Dreams games? After all, you're still just playing games rather than making things with the tools. Well, yeah, that was going to be the plan, but I'm currently, as I've said on the past couple of episodes, I'm currently injured, so I ain't playing nothing. I crawl I crawl over here every Friday in pain to make it to this podcast. So that's all I'm doing right now. There's no other piece to it. So, but once I'm back and able to use my hands, yeah, I'll probably do that as well. I plan to offer a few things. Let me see here.
How
So
about
this
some?
really, really interesting style change always when you activate the post rise. Really love the looks of this.
Some god rays bleeding through those clouds would look really nice.
That's true. Can do that.
All right. So we have. Let's see. I think well, hold on. We have one more comment before suggestions. I think the biggest thing to learn when you're starting out and dreams would be how to resize and clone things to make different things. All right.
Making the most out of one asset.
And Bad Dream says tower in the ocean. That's the first suggestion.
The ocean is, or the tower is sort of in the ocean, or you means a completely new one?
I believe a completely new one in the ocean.
Ooh, Bad Dream the only. I think the icon he's putting is the opaque Fleck god rays? Question mark?
Kind of hard when you have stuff in the background because you need to melt it with the sky completely. Also, really big change to especially scenes is if you like have the camera and set a focus on a specific point.
What do you intend to? Sorry,
ahead.
I was just gonna say, what do you intend to have a fixed camera in this scene, or do you intend to have it playable? Like, what is your idea, Sakku, for this?
Usually I just make, when I make art, I have a fixed camera where I can then also control things for straight away. But yeah, you said like we want some rune stones or something that are also coming out of the ocean.
Yeah, I was saying like the little totems that are coming out of the sand in like God, I'm going blank.
The Journey Grave.
Yeah,
stones?
Journey. Yeah, the Journey gravestones, but have those be really like large, like
All
and
right.
sticking out of the ocean.
No, that's cool.
But we had forgot my last suggestion, which was the land squid shark. Or yours was the shark. Then I said land squid. Then you said land squid shark. So that was the last one from Insane Alpha Beta. Crazillo said some relic on the abandoned tower.
Okay. What kind of relic?
Let me see. And Insane Alpha Beta said, I suggest hooking slider into the color wheel of the sun and sky gadget, making the sunlight brighter, which might change the whole look of the piece.
Is he talking about the value slider for the brightness? Because that got updated already. Like it's in Dreams now.
All right. Well, there you go. I guess we will be needing that. Spratla says, I can almost hear seagulls in the scene. Maybe add some simple shapes of birds in the sky or something.
Oh yeah, that could be good.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That's another cool thing, since they will be quite big, the paint will help us here as well.
Yeah, especially with them being in the background.
Yeah.
All right. The relic it said maybe an orb or something like that.
Yeah, that could like help us with the focus point. Like it could make it more interesting.
Okay. Milo already ocean in the tower.
What?
And payoffs at Darmok of the ocean. It, it wouldn't be Sakku scene with nothing flying around in the air. Lol. Insane said they did increase the maximum brightness, but you can still make the sun even brighter with the slider.
Wow.
Eddie Westbury said a character between the tower and the arches.
I find it really interesting in Rhyme. You have this character that's just randomly standing there in the tower, for example, and then you go to the tower and climb up there, and then he's actually standing on the ground again. It's like this kind of mysterious kind of vibe. I really like that.
Perfect.
I'm loving this. These oversized gravestones. Really like that.
Yeah, buddy. I seen it. I seen it in my mind's eye. Ah, perfecto.
Maybe even the sun is coming through one.
I like it.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, a god ray coming through it. That'd be nice.
Yes, yes.
Aura Dreams wants a flying island in the sky with a waterfall.
That's my kind of stuff, but
Yeah, it definitely sounds like Sakku.
at some point it gets too much with things as well. But
Maybe their old active teleportation units. And only one is active. It's not even the sun. Or maybe the sun activates it when in alignment to different worlds.
becomes a bit spaces out.
Yes. Yes, I like it. I like it.
But look how the clouds look like this. One problem I also always have is like deciding the sun angle because so many things look so cool.
Bro. Bro.
It's just looking so good.
What about what? Oh no, I would say put the sun back through so it's going through that hole, but put like a really simple shape of a giant like sky ship coming out of it. So it's like you can barely
Ooh.
see it through the brightness of the sun, but it shows the portal. There's a story. There's a story. I say it. Yeah, I say it.
He just can't help himself. He
I
just
can't.
really can't.
I told you.
He just really can't.
This is what it is. This is
There's
what this is the way my mind works.
There is always a story to be told, and Will is always there to tell it.
It's true.
Another thing that I'm really fan of is using spotlights to create more interesting lights and textures even on stuff.
I am also a fan of this. Just not to the degree that you are. Good at actually executing it. This is just, there's a difference, you see.
Hey, CZ in my chat. Hope you enjoyed the stream.
Let me see. Size of it's buried there. I want a flying island in the sky with a waterfall. Lol. Do it. Just do it. I thought he said eyelids in the sky. Eyelids in the sky. Oh, I love that one. Oh, that one's so good. Yeah, just keep placing them. Keep placing them. Keep placing them, Zaddy. You got it. Let's see here. That's my thing. Always been a good friend, Sakku. For a more subtle change, what if we made shadows a little bit darker so they stand out more using the gradient effect gadget?
Yeah, lighting is not final yet.
Oh, shut. That's awesome. Let's see.
So it's already a bit messy with all of this stuff going on, but I guess we can add more.
I spend my time making very disgusting looking grimy things, so it's good to get a breath of fresh air here. Yeah. Oh my god. This hibiscus tea. Oh my god, this imported Egyptian hibiscus tea.
Oh.
I don't have to die on lemons. It's fantastic. Let me see. Chow Kraken scene is almost as good as Sakku's lasagna. Ooh.
I'll have to take your word for it.
Wait, are you
Also
you be cooking, or are we talking about your dreams lasagna?
No, I'm cooking lasagna.
Oh.
You
So
know,
not
I'm a
just
big
a
lasagna
skilled,
fan.
not just a skilled artist.
Yeah.
Also, best lasagna in the world.
Culinary master. But see, what makes me sad is I can't eat things like that anymore. But that's my favorite food.
It's
Lasagna.
literally mine. People call my friends call me Garfield. Whenever we go out for dinner, it's lasagna. It's the choice. It's just the go-to.
I understand.
Aura Dreams. No, Sakku's lasagna is not the best in the world. Don't trust him.
Who said that, Aura?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aura Dreams.
She doesn't like to admit it.
Mighty Vicious, you need to invent a portal gun so we can have a party and Sakku can give all of us some. Yeah. Though if I created a portal gun, y'all would never see me again.
Yeah. Bye.
I ain't stopping by nowhere. I'm gone. I'm out.
It's really interesting. Like when we change it to like this, a completely different frame again. Like that's the thing. We have so many options here, not just one painted piece that we can't change anymore. But
I know.
Yeah, lots of different options.
We have a moment of buffering.
We do.
Yes, it's back. Good. Anyway, My Italian soul is proud of you guys. I love your Italian soul. I do.
Now
I
all
do.
I want now is lasagna. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, they just closed down this place that was around when I grew up called the Red Door here in Virginia. It had the great run by Italian husband and wife. Oh,
Mm,
I've known them since I was hell like 4 years old. Was like the first time.
wow.
They just closed down, man. My heart
Oh
is
no.
broken. They had the
We
best baked spaghetti and lasagna ever, ever. And anyway, sorry, this make me sad. Let me get back to my tea and Sakku creating the mystical visions in front of my eyes. I miss them.
yeah, we have a similar place here. Like there's this restaurant called Fratello's, and it's run by again a family from Sicily, and they just make like the best lasagna. And I'm actually tongue with the idea of ordering one now. I really want lasagna now.
At least you can order it.
But what's your problem with it?
Huh? Oh, well, no, it's just that place I was describing closed
His
down.
place is closed.
Yeah,
So
like they just closed down.
Oh,
Like
okay.
the pandemic and all that just kind of took it out of them. They were like, "We're old. We're probably going to close it down." And of course, they're going to turn it into some. Let me stop there. I don't want to get
It
salty,
gets
but
sad now.
I'll be right back.
yeah, but let me see. Also, please teach Sakku that pasta is not noodles. Lol.
Yeah, in Germany we call everything like that's yellow and like noodleish like noodles.
Don't matter. It's noodles. do not care. No. So anyway, here we go. What do we have? They're not the same. Okay, this scene is great, but it needs giant enemy crabs so we can attack its weak points for massive damage. So if we're talking about a Nintendo crab, it'll need an arrow on it to show you exactly where to throw the bomb because you can't figure it out on your own. Anyway. God, I hate. Anyway, that was Insane Alpha Beta. We have a place here called Olive Garden. Ugh. Sorry, I'm sorry for whoever got that sound in their ear. I apologize, Sakku, but it's just the idea of that just made me throw up in between both hemispheres of my brain. I couldn't take it. I'm sorry. Oh God, it's really hard to find good Italian restaurant. And then when they close, it's so sad. Same with Mexican food. Oh, we got Mexican food for days around here. But yeah, Italian, absolutely. Absolutely. It's really hard to find some good Italian. Sakku, I never thought the lasagna. Wait a minute. Sakku, I never thought the lasagna talk I started would become its own meme. Lol. Man. Yeah. Yeah, it's lasagna. I mean, I'm just saying, y'all don't know. I love me some lasagna. It's my favorite food. It really is.
I'm ordering. I just have to.
I hate you.
No way.
I hope you.
I told you.
I hope you trip in. I hope you trip into your brand new TV. I hope you're walking with the lasagna and you just throw it across the room when you trip. I'm just
anyway. Seeing how long it's gonna. I just want to see how long delivery is right now, so I can time it right with the show.
Lol.
You've done it to me. We've spoke about lasagna for too long, and now I need to eat it. So, and they're open.
We have real life impact on you guys. Hey, that's what it's about. We are as one. We are the community. And we're seeing the sculpts now take place in the character design. The character design. How detailed are we going to get with the character, Sakku? How detailed?
Oh, not very detailed. That would take ages, but as you can see, like we can get a shape going quite fast as well. So I'll make a basic kind of shape for just so we can place him in here as well.
You will never see its face. All right, bad
Nope.
dreams. Bravi ragazzi.
Now I'm toying with the idea of sides. Oh my god, there's so many sides. I hate you people. You're making me order so much food, and I've already had dinner.
Well, like I said, at least you can have it. I'm completely off of everything carb.
I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to be losing weight, but here I am ordering lasagna.
Supposed to be losing weight. What are you? What are you like? You know what? I don't need an official weight because that's intrusive. That's intrusive.
I really don't mind. I am, and I'm gonna have to convert it for you because we use stones here, don't we? We have a different system, and you guys use pounds. Let me work it out.
The Italian Poles, lol.
I am about 160 pounds. So I'd like to be about 130, 120. So lasagna isn't going to help, but that's okay.
So you trying to go back to high school? That's going on.
I'm just trying to get rid of my stomach. That's all I'm trying to do. But never mind. I'll add to it with the lasagna. It's fine.
Just get in there. They're like, sir, how would you like your bread? Put some butter on it. That's just how he's gonna come on the phone. Just put some butter on it. Yeah, that'll be all right. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. Why don't you guys use kg? What is kilograms? Oh, yeah.
American sizes are just a bit weird.
Yeah, the way your metric system is.
Oh, really, guys? We're gonna start this. You know what? I agree with you. There's nothing to start.
Most Americans agree.
Yeah, I'm gonna make one semi political social comment, and that comment is American exceptionalism won't allow us to do things like other people. We'll just continue to suck at what we do. Anyway, the point is that that's all I'm gonna say, and I'm done. Oh no. Bad Dreams the only said I can't stand Americans.
He is American.
Yeah,
wow.
I thought so.
Wow.
I thought so, but it's just, but just seeing that in chat had me dying. Oh my god. Whew. That voice. What voice? What happened? What happened, R?
Voice.
What? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what voice Aura is talking about. Let's see. Oh my God, Cape. Yes. All right. Once again, slipping in what you're slicking. Chrome Colossus, replace spaghetti with slices of pan-fried breaded zucchini. It's delightful, and you can eat as much as you want. Man, don't be coming around here. No, I'm just playing. It tastes. I know because I've had it before. You're not wrong, but at the same time, it just don't hit the same. You know what I mean? It doesn't hit the same, and then I feel like I'm lying to myself. And not well, like I'm lying about what it is I'm eating. Anyway, it's just a personal thing. But you know what is, you know what? Let's focus back on this. We started talking about food, and then people started disrespectfully ordering lasagna, and we got trapped. We got trapped in this. Let's get back. Okay, we have the staff of the ancients.
It's a classic. It's like a thing in art. The classic stick salesman.
I'm telling you, I'm not wrong. Well, you're not wrong.
It's just a thing that gets used a lot in concept art, which I'm personally also a fan of. It's just like a guy with a stick or a staff that's standing epically in the landscape.
That just takes me back to watching like episodes from Feng Ju. If anyone's familiar with Feng Ju, that uh, concept artist opened their own school, and yeah, they always had that one character with the staff like right in there. But yeah,
It's a thing.
it is classic.
Classic.
Let me see. Oh boy, some chat just moved. Let me see. When you do the creepy voice, I just die. Oh, the creepy voice. No. Pedrizoli. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of my friends are American too, and my dad and my mom. Lol. Up. That sounded so deep the first time I read this. Are the voices out loud, or are they still in your head? Oh my god. We're getting to the meaty and non-meaty details. Yeah. Be careful, that staff is like at least 4 flecks. He's gonna use the staff to summon giant metal squid shark.
That's it. That's the one.
See, that's the funny part where people make up their own stuff.
Yeah.
Literally.
No, what's the giant metal squid shark's name?
That is a good question.
Thorbok the Mighty.
Ooh.
Guy with a stick is best practices. It really is. The Mario cape is quite long. It's not long enough, in my opinion. It could go for a little bit. It could be longer. Let's see. That is what it does. Bob. Let's see. As we join Sakku for another episode of I'm Better Than You. Get good, fool. That's good. Get good with Sakku. That's it.
That's it. That's the one.
That's the new one. That's it. That's gonna be the name of the VOD on YouTube. It's just gonna be Get Good with Sakku.
It's funny. You guys know Hollow Knight?
Yes.
You guys know Hornet?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like literally one of her battle quotes is "Get good."
Isn't that also coming with the PlayStation games? Like when they make the change, they're putting all of Hollow Knight on there, right? I thought I read that somewhere.
Not sure.
Could be.
Because that was a game I started and was like, this is dope. And then I never finished it. I never played it again. I was like, yo, this is real awesome. And then just stopped. Dead. Like cold. It's, yeah.
Is that a thing you do often with games, or?
No, not until Dreams. But I didn't play a lot of these. Like, that's the thing. When Dreams came out, I just stopped being able to focus on any other game. Like
it will do that to you, though. It really will.
Yeah. I already have Hollow Knight from PlayStation Plus. Yeah, I didn't get it because I wasn't on PlayStation Plus at the time when it dropped. But I am familiar that people do do have it through that. Let me see here. But yeah, before Dreams, if I bought a game, because I only buy games, like the only mainstream games I buy are games that I feel for some reason have changed the entire game designing like meta. It's like it has to be of a tier. And that's what I spend my time on because as we all know, movies are more like my thing as far as what I gather a lot of my inspiration from. Movies, animation, animated movies, the like, whatever. And the only game that I've forced myself to, you know what, Milo, in the old systems, the old consoles, I would get a console and not have very many games at all. But only recently, because my whole thing, like my whole gameplay attitude shifted when we went through that nice like 10-year period where every game was broken. Oh no. Oh no, Sakku.
Yeah, it shows that my connection is poor right now.
Oh no.
Did the stream end?
It's showing a internet with a caution sign instead of what's on screen. You might have to restart it.
Oh, really?
Maybe to get it back. I've never seen it come back from this.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's because we're doing audio through Discord, not through PlayStation Party. Is that due to the storm? Wait a minute. I think I've lost the place here. So, we were swallowed.
All right, let me try to restart it.
Okay. I have Hollow Knight sitting around too. I know I would like it. Heads up, The Last Dinosaur is streaming on PBS. It's Attenborough and another Attenborough Dino show coming soon to Apple TV. Oh, you know I'm on that. Sir David Attenborough is my bruh. That man talks me to sleep every night. Every night. Here we go. So
All
then
right,
we have.
maybe
Yeah, it's on your offline screen
Yep.
currently, but it'll be restarting. Yep, we're coming back up now. Oh, you mean that new service? My bad. Yes. So you've played 2 games. I mean, you're not wrong. I haven't been able to renew my PS Now subscription for 2 months because they're changing everything. You literally go to renew and it says that it's not available. Well, yeah, that sounds about right. Is that due to the storm? We have a huge storm in Germany today. In all of it?
Yeah.
All of Germany?
Really?
Definitely in my area, yeah. But I
Wow.
don't think it's happening right now.
All right, all right.
Oh, I like that placement. That's nice.
Yeah, I'm just trying out a few different kind of things.
They are going to include PS Now on another plan named like PlayStation Plus Plus. PlayStation Plus Plus Ultra Deluxe Edition version 2.0.3.
Platinum.
Platinum, just for the tack it
Just
on
adding
there.
it in there. Director's cut.
This is so dope.
It's such a good scene.
I think it's not a good thing.
Really?
Yeah, I can go a little bit into like what might not have turned out, but that's okay. Like I guess if it happens.
Well, I for one absolutely love what you've created.
I think I was definitely able to show you guys a few interesting techniques that may some of you help.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not happy with the end result, but
What is it about it that you're not particularly happy with?
it's probably since I started to develop a more critical eye towards art. I'll show you guys, tell you guys a few things, but first I want to get out my custom black bars. Yeah, just so if you want like different black bars than the camera because they're quite big, you can make them with text displays. Just set up your own, and yeah. So what it is like That there's a lot of structure missing. Like we only have this asset, and it would take too much time to create more different kind of structured. Not fully happy with the composition and the colors, even though you could always make changes about it. But the whole concept of the design is what I don't like that much, I think. But happy if you guys like it.
I'm digging it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's for a demo of showing off the techniques. I
Yeah,
mean, I'm
you've
sure
nailed
if
it.
yeah, I mean, if you want to, I'm sure if you had like 3 more hours with it, or maybe even 2 without us hawking over your shoulder, yeah, telling you to throw random things in the scene, I'm sure, yeah, you could probably improve it. But you know, for what you've done within the time, I think it looks fine. I like it.
I would love for you to see what I would do in the same amount of time. It would still be a cube. So
The starting area and done.
yeah,
It's
and that's me.
Yeah, I'm usually sometimes like my people tell me like I'm too self-critic sometimes, or should give myself more credit, but it's sometimes hard for me.
you're an artist. That's not possible.
Yeah, that's just how it
They're
is.
asking you to do the impossible. Like, even though I could never create this, like with my current skill, I know that if I could, I'd sound exactly like you right now. I'd be like, this is all right. Yeah, this is not, this isn't what I was really going for. I could see myself doing that. I think every artist does. That's why people just, that's why we keep going. We always want to get better, always want to improve.
I do like the clouds though.
The clouds are fantastic. And the fact that they was just made in such a short amount of time as well is just ridiculous.
Because I could tell you, if if I had absolute god control, I would probably get rid of the arches and the little tower, and I would make the earth reach up towards that almost like a peak, like a cliff road that goes directly almost in front of that in the sun portal, as I said. So but it would be huge. You'd be also like me trying to move a camera around a huge friggin' like sculpture, slow as hell. But yeah, like there's tons of things that could be done, and if I have ideas, I know you have more.
I
But
think
I like the
for
way it
this
looks.
I think for this piece it actually improves it a lot if we just give it the posterizing, just adds to the whole style and fits the architectures. So maybe do that. Um and I think like there's things that have potential. Like the structure here is really interesting, but we would need to build on it. Like we can't build the whole world out of that one asset.
Mm.
Like we would need to build maybe like ancient ruin structures, city building structures that would fit this kind of style.
Yeah. What
But
is
in the
the
end,
thermo
it's
at?
not that bad, I think. But it
I mean,
could be a
yeah,
lot better for sure.
the whole point of this was to just create a scene from nothing and show the techniques and everything that goes into making a scene, and you have 100% achieved that, and I absolutely love what you've created from it anyway. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm happy about that. What does the chat think?
Chat says, let's see here. Let's go back up because I think don't mind Sakku. He's too hard on himself. We Chrome Colossus said it's garbage. Sakku, thanks for wasting our time today.
Wow.
Yeah, right. Says Spratla said it's still amazing. Let's see. Bad Dreams the Only said I could tell this whole time that he wasn't that happy with it.
My people know me.
Of course. Of course. Let's see here. Crazillo, we get him back to Earth. Lol. If he wasn't so hard on himself, I don't think it would be as good, or he would be as good of an artist. I think that's just an artist thing. Yeah, it is. It definitely
Really?
is.
Yes.
Let's see.
Probably.
Sakku, don't be so hard on yourself. You did an amazing job as always. That's from Aura.
Oh, thanks.
Chow Kraken. I've never been to the U.S., but I feel like every state is different. Yeah, it is. Every state is different. And Ninja McWiz or Ninja Mike Wiz says, looks great. And it does. It does.
If I could create something like that in 3 times the amount of time that it's taken you to do it, I would be so proud of it. Seriously.
Yeah, I guess it really has to do with like self-expectation as well.
Yeah, Insane Alpha Beta says, listen here, Mr. Sakku, if that's your real name. It looks great and won't hear you say otherwise. So,
Well,
there you
thanks
go.
for all of your encouraging words, and I'm glad that if this is like stream helped you in any way.
Oh, it certainly helped me. I've learned a ton of stuff that I'm going to try and implement into my current testing field that I'm doing. I'm trying logic lately. I'm having fun with that right now, so I'm going to continue doing that. But when I leave
See,
logic,
that's something that I really need to learn. So I'm still at the basic stage.
yeah, I don't get me wrong, I am really at the basic stages with it. But what I'm doing is working, so I'm just going to keep going while it's working until I rage quit it, because that will happen eventually. But until it does, I'm going to keep trying logic.
Until I go all jammy on it.
Oh yeah, I think I actually seen you tweet. You said like you were just trying with different gadgets and then piecing it together. That's really satisfying once things work.
Oh yeah, like once you figure it out, like I was toying around with an AND gate for ages, trying to make it work for something. I was trying to make multiple things work depending on if all these things were done. So I thought, okay, maybe an AND gate will do that. And I tried for hours and hours. And I was like adding different gadgets to the AND gate, trying to make it trigger stuff, and it just wouldn't work. And then I saw the counter, and I was like, huh. Well, if it counts up all the separate things, and then that was it. It was just a brainwave. I hooked it up, it worked, and it was just the most satisfying thing ever when it actually all started rolling around and working. It was amazing.
Yeah, by the way, to the person that said to you, put up the brightness, I think it looks not great.
Oh wow!
Maybe a little bit, but not too much.
It kind of breaks the look of the clouds a lot when it's that bright.
Yeah. Actually, I do like this piece more saturated. What do you guys think? I think it looks good, really vibrant, like fits the whole look.
I like both. I think there's certain things that stand out more with each way, and so it's not really like a better which one I like better. It's just like which mood am I going for more so.
Yeah, and that's honestly such a hard decision so
Yeah.
often.
Let's see. Bad Dreams the Only at Chow Kraken. It always does, man. That's why I'm careful even with color until I have lighting set up. That's mainly why I made the sun and sky scene, so I would already have lighting pre-made. Yeah, it's good
Yeah,
practice.
Smart.
That high brightness, low saturation thing kind of gives it a Breath of the Wild look.
True.
Uh,
Also, kind of interesting pixel art piece, maybe.
well, Bad Dreams said that they wanted to. Can we see a black and white? So.
Oh yeah, that's another really cool thing. They did colorblind filters, which is basically also really good for artists because you want to view your work in black and white so you can see the values better.
Yeah.
And that's a great addition. We just have that filter here. But yeah, are you ready for no paint?
Yes, let's do it.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, please.
All right. Here is the no paint version and the no code effects.
I
Wait,
still like it.
let me turn off
Wow.
the like posterized and stuff, then you will see it even more probably. Yeah. Crazy difference. It really looks like the block out again, which is basically what it is. Like I just started over painting the block out almost.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's the thing. Like usually you would do that in another program, but with Dreams you can just do it all in once.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Yeah, I guess.
How much paint there is. It's crazy.
But
yeah, in the end it maybe didn't turn out that bad.
Yeah, I think you're a bit harsh on yourself, and that's fine. You know, that's just the way artists are. But I think it looks great.
Yeah.
And also, quick tip again for those people who don't know that, because like in paintings we sometimes have a bit of noise going on, and you can fix that at least for stills by putting up the camera movement blur. That gets rid of all noise in the scene, and you have a perfectly clean picture. But yeah, here we go. Maybe that's
Fantastic.
it for this masterclass.
Wow. I'm honestly mind blown at how quickly. I mean, how long have we been streaming? Nearly 3 hours. It would take me 3 months to make that.
Yeah.
No joke. It really would. It would take me 3 long months to make that.
3 long months.
I love it.
To look 20% of what this is.
Yes. Yes.
You forgot the most important thing on there.
Yeah.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Well, Sakku, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time out to do this, and I really like it, even though you don't.
I just want to thank you guys. Always great hanging around with you guys, being in the podcast and everything that you do for Dreams. I think you deserve your MP very much, and I was very happy when you received it.
Oh,
and I'm glad if anyone likes this scene or anything that I showed during the stream, and you guys as well, if it helps. That's the most important thing here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm still laughing at people in chat because Badger's was like, of course it still looks sick when you took away all of the paint.
It's just yeah.
Yeah, and Aura says amazing textures as always, and let's see. Aura also agrees with us that I feel you. I'm so slow. Yeah. We're not as masterful. We haven't gotten good yet.
We all can't be Sakkus, you know. But there you go.
This was awesome. I think you guys should do it more. I mean, we're picking up as many as we can. If I mean, we've been doing it for, well, not this exactly, but show wise for 80 episodes. So, we're getting into the master classes. We have a bunch of people who have reached out and kind of want to set one up. So with Sakku, I mean,
right. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, next time we'll all jump on PlayStation and actually just be on his stream, so he doesn't have to do a weird crossover with us.
Stream identity crisis.
One day I will have a better way to do this, just from PC probably.
Yeah, use that freelance money, bro. That's that freelance money. That's where.
Yeah, if you have jobs for me, give it to me, especially concept art.
Everybody, send them to your boy.
Throw it at Sakku. He's ready.
The freelance money is living on that. But
freelance monies. So, is there anything else that we wanted to go over before ending this episode? Yeah. Did you want to tell people where to reach you? And speaking of monies, if they love your content, you have a Patreon.
Right? Yeah, I'm really thankful for the support that I get on Patreon, even though it's not much yet, but I really appreciate anyone supporting. And my $3 kebab from YouTube videos.
Indeed.
I always count it in kebabs, just for context.
What I will do is I will grab your Patreon and I will put it in chat now for anybody who would like to donate. to Sakku. In fact, just gotta find it. There it is.
Yeah.
Thank you guys very much. And just in general, you can stay up to date on Twitter with what I post. Of course, you have my art videos and tutorials on YouTube. I also stream now with The Joy of Dreaming. Has been a great series, and thanks to my community who also joined in here. It's always lovely how you support me. Really means a lot. And yeah, art gallery on Instagram. I try to post there again. But yeah, also definitely to my community, check out these awesome, lovely lads here for more podcasts with the Dreams community and all kinds of stuff they're doing. Really awesome. And thanks again for having me.
You're very welcome.
Yes.
Anytime.
Anytime, basically, that I can move. That's all. That's all. I'm sorry, I have to have a caveat. I have to, just because times is hard. But yeah. There we go. Just for the end, we'll blow up. Is there anything else you wanted to talk to about as far as dreams, or even outside conversation? Anything anybody wants us to go over before we finish up? And also, I don't see what's so funny about my laugh. Why y'all laughing at my laugh? Like,
I love your laugh, dude.
It's just a laugh. I don't get it.
Also, like for dreams, Media Molecule, add a leaf flag, please. And other than dreams, I'm looking forward to Avatar 2. In case you didn't know yet.
But why do they need? Let me ask this question then, real quick. Why do they need a leaf fleck when you can already make leaves?
Oh, that's the point. Like most of except when you're looking for more abstract styles, like most of the foliage in dreams just sucks because we don't have leaf flecks. And yeah, you can 3D sculpt it, but even that's like complicated. Like it takes so much time because we don't have no merge to sculpt, which would be another great feature. I don't know. Like we need a leaf fleck. I actually, John answered to this, and he said like when they designed dreams, they wanted to keep the flecks more abstract because that was the initial thought of dreams. Like they didn't want to add something specific as a leaf. But I think most of the people using dreams actually don't go for that abstract kind of style that they're going for. Like I like to use the flecks a lot, but lots of people try to avoid them, and like they just use the dots flag or something for leaves now, which just gives you that dreams look that most people don't like that much for trees and stuff. So an actual leaf flag would make a big change to that, I think.
Huh. Okay. Hey,
right.
You put it out there.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no, I'm not gonna start that conversation this week. But yeah, thank you everybody that came through, everybody that followed Ragamuffins with the 6 gifted tiers, or gifted tier 1s. Yeah, and it's just thank you for everyone, and Sakku, as always, as you said, it's amazing whenever we can have you, whenever we get to see you flaunt these skills, give the old get good speech to all the noobs out here,
making 30-second clouds.
Making 30-second clouds, just putting it down on everybody. So let me ask before we fully get gone, who's online right now? Who should I raid?
Let's have a look.
Let's have a look. Who's
also,
online
yes,
right now?
Jimmy C in the chat.
Oh.
It's another kind of insider joke where Bad Dreams, the legend, he tried to connect my avatar piece to the man James Cameron, and he called him Jimmy C.
Jimmy C.
Soulstar is streaming at the moment.
Well, there we go. Then thank you everybody for coming through again, and we will catch you next time. Be sure to check out our Twitter as well, the Mighty Vicious YouTube, where you can see our back history of these episodes, including interviews with all your favorite dreamers. Most of them. Maybe some of them, maybe not as many as we want.
Through the list.
We're getting through the list. Yeah. But yeah, love you all. Hope to see you again. And yeah, we'll catch you next time.
Keep dreaming.
Bye.
Keep dreaming.
Please.
Last words.
Stop.
Later, everybody.
Bye.